Hi Taurus, this is your mid-March reading. I'm Mystica Venice and welcome to my channel. Let's start by clearing the energy. This might be a little bit loud. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please be here now to give Taurus divine messages for their highest good. We welcome you and thank you for being here. Let's get right into it. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards to see what themes are coming up for you this month. This is called Oracle of Visions, and it's like a carnival themed deck. So first I'll show you the picture here. Let me put my glasses on. I'm seeing like you're finally putting the pieces together, and ascending to new heights, right? Um, if you look, like there's a puzzle piece, which is an image of self here. Self is wearing a mask, but the puzzle is not. It suggests that there's like a much deeper side to you, that like you only show people parts of. Um, but you're starting to like elevate more and more, and soon like all of the puzzle pieces will be elevated together. So you may feel like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of a thing. There's also a white cat here, which I feel like that represents playfulness or trying to catch. And then there's a lot of these like MC Escher type bridges. Um, and to me, this suggests bridges to like new dimensions, because you're kind of like, some of the bridges are in the clouds. Um, Bridges to like bridging aspects of yourself together to make the puzzle pieces fit. This is very interesting. Okay, well, we'll see how that comes up in the reading. And let's see, what card most represents Taurus at this time? What card most represents Taurus? Oh, you got a couple here. Um, you got You got the Nine of Pentacles, and I love this card. This is a self-made, independent, assured woman, and these are skill sets that she has built along the way, um, so that she can have like this abundant life. She doesn't need anybody. She can do everything by herself, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't want somebody there. It's just that she's self-sufficient, self-made woman. Um, She's got grapes all around her, abundant with fruits. And so this like falcon with the little, it suggests that she sends important messages, because she has this hooded falcon that, and the glove, that she would then take the mask off and fly it off to send important messages. So I feel like you have an important message to share. And you have the Page of Cups, which is talking about your intuition is growing at this time. Like you're starting to develop your intuitive side. Um, it's a kind of, you're still like in the beginning stages of it, but it's something that's growing, and it's something that you feel strongly about, deepening this connection with your intuition, right? Like your guides, tapping in, this sort of thing. And then you also have the World cards. So these all came as representing you. Somebody else got these same card, or got, I think it was Pisces, got the Nine of Pentacles this month and the World card. So you may want to look at that. But I'm seeing that like you've had like a lot of success, either recently or in your life. And you like have come out of a completion of a chapter, and so you're starting like the beginning of this next successful stage of your life. um, you have a lot to look forward to at this time, a lot of new starts, fresh energy, You could also be somebody that is just like retired, possibly, or graduated from college or something like that. Graduated a part of your life recently. Um, and people celebrate you as like, a master in your field. That's what I'm getting with that. Okay, so what is in the recent past? You have the scales of equity. Um, and you have, in reverse, you have the work card. And then you have the tower in reverse. So what this shows me is that, like, maybe you could have been having a tough time here in the past. Or you could have been the giver of generosity. When this comes upside down, I feel like you either have not been working, or like work isn't your priority. I feel like I feel like the value of work, and like you don't want to like work for nothing, for charity. And maybe like your work had felt kind of empty and lackluster recently. um and like you didn't want to work so hard to just still get like small change or crumbs, from your workplace. Like you weren't feeling appreciated. And so you have a tower moment that has passed. You may have like left a work situation. This may have been something that you were trying to keep stable for a very long time, but in the end it's like a situation you left. And it doesn't have to be work, but it's something that you were working very hard at, and receiving very little. So the tower comes in to shake up what's not working anymore. And sometimes we just have to let that tower crumble and rebuild a newer, stronger, more abundant future for ourselves. When things are just past the point where it can be repaired, or you just don't see like a future in that, the tower comes in to change it, right? So let me see here. I'm going to get a couple of these cards on that situation. What's this? Tell me more about this past situation with the work and the charity and the equity, the tower. What's going on here? Divine messages from the universe. Serendipity. Like, this was a fated ending. You had to be in this situation. Uh, there was a lesson involved in this situation that you had to go through it to learn it. And you were there for a reason. And like, you also are leaving for a reason. Lotus flower, because you've had a spiritual awakening. The lotus flower represents when you've gone through a really tough time. The lotus flower is a flower. It grows through like the murky mud puddles, and then it becomes this beautiful flower. So in Eastern philosophies, specifically Buddhism, I think others too, they always show the deities sitting on a lotus flower because it symbolizes enlightenment, having gone through a tough period to learn this lesson, and then become enlightened. So it's like you had to go through this situation that you were in. And let's see what's happening now. Okay, so Eight of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. No, it's too many. Okay, so let's see here. So you have been putting off going on this spiritual journey, but now, um, or even if you, like in the recent past, you started this soul searching, this spiritual journey. Like, what does this all mean? what is this for? You know, why am I doing this? Am I fulfilled, right? And so like you started on this path of soul searching, and this card has an eclipse in it. It's the only card in the whole deck that has an eclipse in it, and we just had 2 eclipses in February, one in March, like begin March 3rd. Um, and this has shed a light on some deep things within you that needed time to be revealed and to like be pondered. And you've been having like a type of spiritual awakening. Like you see things differently now, and therefore you cannot like be doing the same things that you were doing before, right? And you had been fighting this competition off, this uphill battle, but it's very strenuous to stay in this position. And it's like, is it worth it in the end? So you know, you walked away from like this like stress, high stress lifestyle, and you got the Queen of Cups in reverse. And like the Queen of Cups is like a part of yourself that you are also leaving behind, and it's like this very like emotional side. It was in reverse. You know, it's like the reverse qualities of Queen of Cups are like overly emotional, overly nurturing and giving. Um, you know, like having maybe too much faith in others and things like that. Um, you know, so like you're walking away from this kind of more meek, like version of yourself here. Let me see what else we have here. Yeah, because you want to have like good times. Like you want to be making memories, you know, not just working and not always competing and not always having to be, you know, the bigger person. Like you want to make like these memories. You want to do something that you did that made you really happy when you were a child. Um, you know, this the candle just blew out. That could be very significant. Another confirmation. Yeah, like you might be being called right now from something or someone from your past that brings you great joy that you're thinking about a lot. I apologize. I live in Venice Beach and we're having a heat wave right now, so it's so hot. Everybody's down here at the beach. That's a motorcycle with their stereo. Everyone in here. So yeah, you want to go. You were like, you you know, this card also can be, you know, the downside of this card is being overly reminiscent, like thinking about the good days are behind you, but like really that's not true. The good days are now, and the good days are every day that you're here. The good days are in the future. So we don't want to like over romanticize the past because then we can't fully enjoy the present. Um, but you know, oh, you might be thinking about somebody special here. Somebody's captured your attention in the present moment, that you are thinking about a lot, and they may be thinking about you as well. Let's see here. Wow. You know, and a lot of times the Two of Cups can be about like business or creative, but not when it's like this. This is like somebody, I, I think, from your past that you're reminiscing about. Um, you know, like maybe you should just call this person because it, you know, like if you're just like checking up on them, seeing how they're doing on socials, hello, hi, look at their pictures. Like if this is something you're really, uh, if you have something you want to say about this past, if there's some like lingering emotion or feeling with this person, or like a regret that you want to say something, just say it. You don't need to live with this regret. Tell me about this Six of Cups and the Two of Cups. What do you have to say about the Six of Cups? Who is this person? Six of Cups and the Two of Cups. a high priestess. This is somebody that you connect with like on a different level. This is somebody that you connect with telepathically, or that you're just like so in tune with each other that you don't have to speak. You may actually be connecting with them now like that. They may be thinking of you also. This is actually really pretty quite amazing. Do you have a second chance? No, but it may have taken for all of this stuff to fall through, and like to have this ending in your work, and like that doesn't resonate with you, that kind of lifestyle anymore, and like you could be softening as well. That could be that you're softening from being like a hardened work aholic type thing. And so yeah, I pulled the high priestess on the 6 of Cups. You see this? So this is definitely somebody that you're connecting with telepathically, that like you don't need words to connect with this person. And you know this is not a connection that I would wait on. Anything else about this connection here? I mean, like, if you're feeling that feels like it's definitely time to find out why. There could have been, a misunderstanding in the past, or like a trust issue from the past, but like you've never quite gotten over the loss of this person in your life. And so that's what's blocking this, what's blocking you from, you know, making that call or sending that message. Let me see here. Let's see what the universe has to say about that. What is this 2 cups? More research needed. Yeah, like it. I feel like you may be checking out their socials. Like you don't want to reach out unless you know for sure that, have some sort of like reassurance that it would work. Family, or maybe your family wouldn't understand, or their family. There's something about that. New chapter, new opportunity. Yeah, it's like you guys are both in a different place now. Um, and if you feel a connection that strongly with somebody, it's definitely worth looking into. And I don't say that very often, because I always say go forward, not back. But this looks like something that there's some unfinished business here in this connection for you and this past person. So, yeah, drop it in the comments if you know who this is, and let me know what this is about, because I'd love to know more about it. All right, so, okay, so what does this mean for the future? And when I say future, these readings are about a couple months, probably not longer than 3-4 months, 2-3 months. So what about the future here? What's coming up? What can we expect to be coming up? Ace of Pentacles. The beginning of a new stable foundation. This is like a gift from the gods that's being handed down to you. This like opportunity, this chance to like have this new stable future. This represents health and wealth. And if you can tell here, there's actually like a little garden portal door here. And so it's like time to make this new start here. And end the competition and the friction in your life. It's going to be different this time around. Whatever this is that you're starting, it's not going to feel that way. You may, worry, have your reservations, and that's valid, and that's why you'll make the right decision when it's time to make that decision, right? Make sure you're very thorough, because you don't want to get back in a place where it feels like this again. That is not, you've learned too much about your future and who you are to not have a well thought out decision. And you're smart enough to know, you're wise enough to know, with this celebrating a new future, new beginning, and you can do it on your own. These are your first cards out. Yeah, you're wise old sage. You got this. So let's see what else is coming up in the future. You will not be going back into feeling out in the cold. That's behind you now. And you will be celebrating and making meaningful milestones in your life. There are still significant milestones to come here. And this card also is like a marriage card. So there could be some celebration or some excitement due to this romance that's coming up as well. I could definitely feel that coming in. So that's why you're no longer going to feel out of the cold and competitive, because it's like you've found your person, it feels like here. Um, or at least celebrating each other at this time. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Your luck is changing. Your luck is changing. Like, believe it. This is so fortunate. Like, if you've had a bad run of luck, know that it's changing. And also, right now, Jupiter is, I want to say it's like maybe conjunct with Saturn. Jupiter is doing something in the skies right now. Maybe check your chart for Jupiter, but Jupiter is a planet of luck um, and abundance, so good fortune. So, if you get this card, you might even want to get like a lotto ticket, or I don't know, do people buy lotto tickets still? But do something lucky. Um, you know, uh, now my hand is itching. These money's coming in. Yeah, you've got some money coming in. Yeah. So, this has been an excellent reading. If you made it this far, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks. Bye.